Saddam Hussein was the dictator of Iraq. During his 24 years as Iraq's dictator, he was responsible for some of the worst atrocities in modern history. In 1980 to 1988, he invaded Iran and started a war where millions died. He used chemical weapons. The crushing of the Kurdish group, 1987 to 1988. He launched gas attacks on many villages. The occupation of the Kuwait, 1990 to 1991. Iran's army invaded and tortured or imprisoned thousands of Kuwaits during 6 months of occupation. The U.S. eventually invaded Iraq to depose him, and he was executed because of crimes against humanity.
Fidel Castro ruled from 1959 to 2008. Fidel brought social reform to Cuba, was criticized for crushing human rights and freedom of speech, became president of the State Council, then died in November 25, 2016. Raul Castro became prime minister in 1962. He took over for his brother in 2008. He then retired presidency in 2018 and is still alive.
Vladimir Putin was the dictator of Russia. Putin has been leader since 2000, has created a name for himself where his opponents are murdered. He doesn't kill them himself, he gets people to kill for him. Some of Putin's political enemies and political opponents ended up dying. Putin has been leader since 2000 and is currently still leader of Russia.
Hugo Chavez served as president in Venezuela from 1999 until his death in 2013. Chavez threatened to stop supplying oil to the United States if there was another attempt to remove power. He would aggressively sought to discredit human rights.
Robert Mugabe was the leader of Zimbabwe. He destroyed the country's healthcare. He enjoys being compared to Hitler due to his racist attitude towards white people. For example, when he was leader of Zimbabwe, he took land away from white farmers that lived there. He spent 10 years in prison before becoming leader. If civilians did something he didn't like, he would take their stuff that they needed to survive. People that protest against him also would end up in prison. At first, he refused to leave office, but now he has left.
Muammar Gaddafi was a dictator to Libya. He kidnapped and raped hundreds of teenagers. Gaddafi used to burn his soldiers for not wanting to shoot protesters. Gaddafi government built the Great Man Tunnel to support major loans from worldwide banks.
Kim Jong-il was the leader of North Korea. Kim Jong exercised total control for 17 years over the world's most closed and representative governments. He was responsible for thousands, nearly millions, of North Korean deaths. The deaths were due to starvation, horrendous prisons, and forced labor camps, and some executions. Most of his family has ruled North Korea. Kim Jong-il, his son, is the current leader of North Korea. He has also held camps that held up to 30,000 prisoners. Bashar al-Assad is currently the leader of Syria. He has been accused of many crimes. He is known for his chemical weapons. In 2013, Assad's military launched a nerve gas attack. His military has regularly used these improvised explosives against rebels. The bombs are packed with explosives that cause wide areas of damage and commonly are dropped from helicopters. Assad has caused a lot of damage to his country. Over 9.5 million Syrians had to flee their homes and over 3 million have left the country, and he is still currently the leader of Syria. Mao Zedong was the leader of China. Mao Zedong is known for one of the worst mass murders in history. From 1958 to 1962, his Great Leap Forward policy led to deaths up to 45 million people in 4 years. He also worked his people to death and starved them. He led or ruled China until his death in 1976, which ended his reign. He also ended things to this day in China.